Hi, welcome to Oma's Kitchen.
Oregano.
We're going to make a butter pecan ice cream. My recipe here is for a base ice cream, so that I use this no matter what flavor ice cream I'm making. Today we're going to add some butter that's been toasted with some very pulverized pecans. I have a half a cup of pecans here. So let's talk about the base ice cream. There are two different kinds, Philadelphia style and French style ice cream. The French style ice cream, you actually have to make a cream and cook it like a custard and then create the ice cream from there. We're going to do the much easier, in my opinion, Philadelphia style ice cream, where we just whip some whipping cream, and we're going to add some whole milk and evaporated milk to it because it's going to provide a nicer flavor to our ice cream. And actually you put a pinch of salt in there, believe it or not. It goes well with the salted butter and the butter pecan. I usually put vanilla extract in my ice cream, even if I'm making a different flavor, just because it helps the creaminess. So what you see here is a large bowl with a small, very scratched bowl that fits inside because I've used this to make ice cream quite a few times. In the large bowl, we're going to put a whole bunch of ice with some coarse salt. The coarse salt mixes with the ice and it lowers the temperature of the ice, and it actually imparts that coldness to the outside of the smaller bowl. The smaller bowl sits down in it. That's where we make our ice cream mixture. We're going to use my hand mixer. I use this for mashed potatoes and ice cream. When we're finished, we're going to put our finished ice cream in this bowl with a lid. This whole thing will go in the freezer for an hour before we get it back out and use the mixer again. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. This is my press and seal wrap to put over the whole thing before I stick it in the freezer for an hour. So this ice cream is double churned. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make homemade ice cream in Oma's Kitchen. Let's get started. I have about 5 cups of ice, maybe 6 cups of ice. It doesn't have to be exact. We're going to mix a bunch of salt with our ice, and then we're going to kind of shove the ice up the sides of this bowl so that this smaller bowl can fit down in it. So let me do this. And it seems like a lot of salt, but you need a lot of salt to do this. About a cup of salt. Mix this together. Noisy. Oh, it's already sticking to the side of the bowl. So we have salty ice. Now, I'm going to want to make room for my smaller bowl. Best I can. This matters because you want to get it down in there a little bit. Okay. There we go. And you want it to climb up the sides some too. Okay. We have our ice cream set up. Our pint of whipping cream. This goes in first. Going to mix my evaporated milk with whole milk. So I have my evaporated milk in here, my measuring cup, and I just need enough whole milk to make a cup. That's about a cup. 3/4 cup of sugar. 1, 2, 3. A tablespoon of vanilla, Okay. Away from the bowl, just get a small pinch of salt and add that in. Now we have our ice cream mixture in here, and what you need to do is use your hand mixer, first on low and medium, gradually at higher speeds, until it starts to get a little thicker. This can take 8 to 10 minutes. So this is going to be a spot where I speed up the video for you and play you some music, because you don't want to just sit here for 10 minutes and watch me use my hand mixer. So we'll go from there. Ready? Started to thicken up. It's no longer as liquid. We're going to cover the whole thing in plastic wrap. And I have cleared out a place in my freezer. What you want to do is make sure these bowls will fit in your freezer. The whole thing together. And it'll stay in the freezer like this for an hour. And at that point we will come back and mix it again. We added 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and the rest of our flavor is going to be butter and pecans. And you don't want to walk away from this, so it'll burn easily. What you want to do is turn the fire on medium-low. I'm using a full stick of butter, 8 tablespoons. If you don't like all the butter, you could use half a stick of butter, so 4 tablespoons, and it would be fine. Okay, so the butter has coated the bottom of the pan, and then we add, and I've broken up these pecans pretty small, okay, because you don't want to break your teeth on your butter pecan ice cream. So, okay, so we kind of let them melt together, and you just want to toast them a little in the butter. If you leave them too long, they will burn, and then your ice cream is not yummy. I will mix it in a little bit, let it start to bubble a little, and then turn it off and set it aside. See that? On the edge there, starting to bubble a little. You don't want this still hot when you mix it. So we're going to get this mixed together and start to sizzle. And then we're going to put it on a cold countertop and get it to cool off a little before we mix it in. So now our butter has completely melted and we've let it kind of boil with the pecans a little bit. We're going to remove it from the heat and I'm going to find a place on the cool countertop on a pot holder to set this aside and let it cool off. We'll add it to our ice cream when it comes out. We have let this sit in the freezer for an hour covered. We have toasted off our pecans in some butter, which we will use to make butter pecan ice cream. Let me uncover this. It's already starting to freeze. Now, we're double churning this ice cream, so we're gonna actually use my hand mixer for another 3 to 5 minutes. Then we will add our toasted pecans and butter into it. Then it'll go in the bowl, in the freezer, for at least 2 hours. Better yet, overnight. If you want it hard frozen, it needs to be overnight. So let's use this for 3 to 5 more minutes. Okay, we're going to fold in. You see the pecans and butter there? Let me do it this way. There we go. Okay, let me mix that in. Oh my God, it smells good. Oh my, splattering everywhere. So now what we're going to do is let the cameraman try a bite quickly before it melts.
Yum.
There you go. Oops. Okay. And we're going to transfer it to this bowl. Yummy?
Oh yeah.
Leave the salt water behind. Don't let the salt water leak into your freezer bowl. Oh, I need a, can you hand me a harder spoon, a big spoon? Like one of the black ones over there?
Yeah.
Because some of it is frozen to the side already. Here, you can lick this one.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So this ends up in the freezer. And like I said, at least a couple of hours, and then you'll have soft serve. If you can leave it overnight, that's better. See, it fits in there. I'm going to put the lid on it. And in the freezer it goes. So our butter pecan ice cream has been in the freezer for about 4 hours. You really should leave it overnight for it to be completely frozen. Oh, but we're close. So I'm going to show the side. Look at that. See, in the center it's still a little soft, just because we rushed it a little bit. There we go. Homemade butter pecan ice cream.
Yum.
Thank you for joining me in Oma's Kitchen. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll upload more tasty videos soon, and a special shout out to Moon Pie and Lil Bit. Till next time.